Hey guys, welcome back to Tracy's Local Learnings. Welcome back to the Zendan. I am so glad you're here. So I'm still talking about how to grow your channel and things that I've learned on my journey going on to year 3. And the next thing I want to talk about is go find your gold. So if you know your niche, my niche is kind of homesteading, kind of preparedness, kind of nature, medicinals. It's kind of all over the place, but I kind of go off of homesteading. I also have some DIY stuff, which I'm going to be getting a little bit deeper into in the coming season. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so say your channel is about barbecuing. You do all barbecuing, and that's your niche, right? Go and put that in on YouTube. Put barbecue and see what comes up, and look at the channels that have the bigger numbers, more subscribers, more view count on those videos, and then keep that in the back of your mind, or write it in that book. That book is going to be your best friend throughout your entire journey. So you can have different sections for different things. Write it in the book. Now figure out what your video is going to be about. Are you barbecuing a chicken? Are you doing ribs? Let's say you're barbecuing ribs and it's a sweet and spicy recipe. So go onto YouTube now and go sweet and spicy ribs, okay? And see what comes up. And then look through them. You're looking for the channels with the biggest numbers. And, the numbers are important, but you want to make sure it's current, because the type of content that is going on YouTube has changed over the years, especially because a lot of people are using AI in their videos, in their thumbnails, and all that stuff. So you want to look for ones that are current, within the last 6 months. You want to look for those ones that have really blown up and have a lot of views on their channel. And you want to go and check out their video. Now, when you go to their channel, you want to take notes of, what is the common thing in the thumbnail? Is it showing the ribs when they're cooked? And then, saying barbecue spicy ribs for your thumbnail. You want to see how they're doing it. Are they showing them when they're raw? Are they showing them, you know what I mean? Get a feel for what seems to be getting people to click on that thumbnail. So you're really going over their channel. Then you want to look at what hashtags they're using. Because sometimes, I don't always think of the right hashtags. So going to other channels to look at their hashtags sometimes gives me, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of that? So look at their hashtags. Look at what they're using to get views, right? And then as you're watching the video, because you want to watch the video and see what it's like, right? And it'll give you some ideas on what you want in your video. But you also want to go down into the comment section and look to see the comments. Is there a common question that is being asked repetitively that perhaps you could answer in your video to make it a bigger benefit to people that are watching it? So all of these things are really, really important and will help you when it comes to your creating your thumbnails and putting your hashtags in your videos. Video length. I want to talk about video length because I want to go over a couple of things that I have learned. So your video can be any length. It can be a short, it can be a long form, it can be a 2-minute video or a 2-hour video, right? So one of the important things that you want to think about when you're doing your long form video, if it's a shorter one, instead of going 6 minutes or 7, try to go 8 minutes plus. So 8 minutes, even 9 minutes. Make it above 8 minutes. I think it's 8 minute 10 seconds or something and higher. What that does is once your channel gets monetized, or if you become monetized, it gives YouTube an opportunity to put what they call a mid-roll ad in, which means they put another advertisement right in the middle of your video, which gives you the opportunity to make more, pennies off the advertisement. So also in your video, don't forget to use your CTA, your call to action. So say I'm doing a video on dandelions. I can ask people, do you have dandelion, like in the video, do you have dandelions growing near you, or have you ever seen a dandelion? And that will encourage people to leave comments, right? Again, this is how we're going to grow. Now, when it comes to the comment section, even when you go to these bigger channels, go down in their comment section, and if you see a comment that, say you're watching the video and you're thinking to yourself, what a nice kitchen this person has, and you see a comment somewhere down below where someone's saying, I love your kitchen, go and check out their channel, because chances are you're going to connect with them because you like the same things. You know what I mean? Like, find your friends, find the people that you resonate with on this entire journey. And the last thing I want to say about that is, when you are subscribing to a channel, you know, we all want to support each other, but we're all going to find our own communities. So make sure it's people that you resonate with, that you click with, you know what I mean, right? So make sure you're doing that when you're building your community, that you want those people to be there. And it'll lower the amount of trolls you get. It'll lower the amount of stress you have. It'll just make everything so much easier. So I'm trying to learn to make my videos shorter. When I do videos that require research on my medicinals, they have to be longer. I'm not going to give you 10 vitamins and not give you the last 3, because I'm trying to keep my video short. So I do appreciate people when they watch my entire video. And be really honest and authentic. Remember that these people are your friends. Like, when you subscribe to a channel, it's because you like it, right? It's like you like hanging out with that person. You like spending time there. So make sure you're being honest and authentic when it comes to your time. Like, if you're not available to be at someone's stream, it's okay. You don't need to apologize, but be honest about it. If if you don't have time to watch their video, just scroll past it until you have time. The biggest support is watching the full video, right? In your YouTube Studio app, it gives you average watch time on your video that you can click on. So, usually when a video comes out, if you have it premiered, your average watch time could be the full length of the video. If people stay in there and watch it till completion, your watch time should be big. So if your watch time is, say it's an 8-minute video and your watch time is at 8 minutes, and then you get a notification because you have a comment and someone comes in and says, hi, great video, I watched the whole thing. Sometimes they'll even put a timestamp in it, when really you go over to your average watch and it's dropped because they didn't watch the video. We can see all that stuff in our analytics, right? In the YouTube Studio. So when you're out visiting people, be honest about it. If you don't have time, scroll past the video and go back to it. So those are my tips and tricks today on how to grow our channels. I hope this stuff is really helping you guys. It's all different insight that I've learned on my journey, and let's all grow together. Let's grow smarter and stronger. And yeah, that's it. So comment down below if you have any suggestions or comments on the topics that I'm talking about today. Smash the thumbs up, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads, and have a marvelous day. Bye-bye.